Okay, so you have been an outstanding performer as far as UPSC interviews are concerned. Uh, with that backdrop, I have one question which is probably on everybody's mind who is preparing for UPSC examination. And that question is, once we have filled out our DAF, what are the areas we need to concentrate on? For example, we have filled out hobbies, we have filled out extracurriculars.
Yeah.
What are the things that we need to be really mindful of so that we are able to answer the questions on that?
Yeah. Thank you very much. And of course, as usual, all my best wishes for all my friends and all my friends, especially who have cleared the main exam and are now preparing for the interview. It is important to remember that all questions, almost all, when it comes to the interview, the single most important area of questioning and preparation will have to be current issues, current events and all. But then next to current events, along with current events, you will see that most of your questions emerge from the DAF. So I would say, I hope you have been careful in filling up the DAF. You have been very clear about whatever entries you have made over there. And then there could be questions about, say, even your name.
Right.
Especially if there is an unusual name, then the meaning of that name, how does it apply to one person? Then also the birth date, and also remember the date of your interview. If the two have any historic significance, then there are possible questions on birth date or the date on which interview would take place. Then as to like your educational background, the panel will expect you to be basically well conversant about your graduation, post-graduation, etc. Expect questions on your optional subject also, that how did you make the choice. Again, especially if the optional subject differs from your educational background, then the relationship between the two and your reasons and all. And then hobbies, interests and achievements. UPSC says that you need to upload the document that shows all those achievements. So whatever you think are your achievements in life. Like the other day, one youngster asked me that he got Best Student Award, and in the school, one of the factor in his getting Best Student Award was he had not missed a single day from 5th to 10th standard. So he asked me, should I mention that or would it sound childish? I recommended him, with my usual best wishes, to mention it, because it shows your commitment to school. It also shows health considered, that for all these 6 years, this youngster didn't miss even a single day. So from this on to whatever you think are your achievements, hobbies and interests. In my personal opinion, it is not like every human being must have a hobby. Okay, but it's my personal opinion. Now it's possible that on the panel there may be a panel member who either thinks or wants to know how you think about it, that how come you don't have a hobby, and don't you think everyone should have a hobby? Or it's like, what do you do during your pastime, extra time, or how do you pass time, etc. So I repeat, in strictly my personal view, it is not mandatory upon every human being to have a hobby. So the point is, if you indeed have a hobby, do mention it in that, and then get ready for all possible questions on those hobbies or interests or achievements. As long as your responses are, I would say, with a smile, voice full of energy and enthusiasm, any options and any answers are okay. So basically remember that most of your questions next to only current events and issues will emerge from your tab. In fact, you will also see that most of the questions on even current issues emerge from your tab.
A quick follow-on question. If I don't have a documentary evidence of some achievement, which I consider as achievement, should I talk about it?
We should.
Okay.
We should. And again, I will remind that we should. You may not have the document, but sitting there, you are the document. What I mean to say is, like, you may not be able to produce the document, but if your answers show the competence, and you're talking about one particular activity, and your answers do reflect that this person must have done this activity truly and has attained mastery over that activity. So it's okay, even if you don't have a document, do mention the achievement.
Okay.